This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Beloved Savannah Lamar nurse dies from COVID. The nursing fraternity in Westmoreland has been left grief-stricken following the passing of beloved nurse Deidre Cunningham. She had been hospitalized after testing positive for COVID-19. Cunningham is the second nurse to die in a month from the virus. Nurses Association of Jamaica President Patsy Edwards Henry was in Savannah Lamar earlier today grieving with the nurses. Earlier this month, Nurse Annette White Best of the Percy Junior Hospital in Manchester died. There has been difficulty in securing ICU treatment for her. Clarendon man found dead. Cops suspect death by misadventure. Clarendon police are investigating a suspected death by misadventure in the Longwood district of the parish on Monday. The deceased has been identified as 75-year-old businessman Myron Cole. According to the police, Cole was at home when he went outside to close a window. About 7 p.m. when family members noticed that he did not return inside, they went in search of him. His body was found in a gully which runs adjacent to his house. He was taken by residents to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police probing suspected case of suicide at St. James Retirement Home. The police in St. James are probing a case of suspected suicide involving a retired soldier at a retirement home. The police report that 78-year-old Henry McFadden, who was from Brandon Hill in the parish, was found dead at the Appleton Hall facility on Monday. It is reported that about 5:15 a.m., a caregiver went to make checks at the facility and discovered that McFadden was missing. It is further reported that checks were made around the facility and McFadden was found unresponsive below a room with several window panes missing. He was taken to the hospital where he received treatment, but he later succumbed. Marriage scammer heading to prison. A Jamaican woman who arranged more than 2,000 sham marriages as part of an elaborate scheme to obtain green cards for herself and other non-American citizens is heading to prison in the United States. Between 2011 and 2017, Jodian Stevenson, 37, who resides in Connecticut, conspired with others to arrange a total of 28 bogus marriages, typically charging between $17,000 to $20,000 US for non-citizens, said authorities citing court documents and witness statements. American citizens were paid between $2,000 US and $4,000 US for their participation in the scheme. One of the sham marriages was between Stevenson, also known as Jodian Gordon, and a U.S. citizen. She has been sentenced to 6 months in prison, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Connecticut announced in a statement last Thursday. Stevenson was first arrested on June 22, 2018, and pleaded guilty on August 19, 2019, to 1 count of conspiracy to commit immigration marriage fraud. She has been released on U.S. $250,000 bail, but must report to prison by October 25 this year. 8 persons, including American citizens, who entered into 1 or more fraudulent marriages with non-citizens as part of the scheme, has also pleaded guilty to several related offenses. 2 others are awaiting trial. Deportation proceedings have been or are being commenced against Stevenson and all individuals whose green card applications were found to have been based on the bogus marriages, according to the statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office. The scheme began to unravel after the Jamaican arranged a sham marriage that helped an undercover federal law enforcement agent obtain lawful permanent residence or a green card for a fee of US $20,000. Among the evidence prosecutors had in their possession were recorded conversations in which Stevenson introduced the undercover agent to a U.S. citizen and advised them about the ways they could create the appearance that they were validly married and living together as husband and wife. For each of the 27 other fraudulent marriages, prosecutors said Stevenson would locate and introduce Americans to their purported spouse, then help the couple obtain a marriage license. She also organized a marriage ceremony and a celebration and coached the couple on how to make their marriage appear to be genuine, despite their neither living together nor otherwise intending to remain actually married, said a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office. Stevenson also prepared several immigration documents needed as part of the non-citizen's green card application. In some cases, Stevenson or her assistants prepared other false documents for the couple, such as a false lease that portrayed the couple as living together, the statement continued. She then had the documents signed and, in many cases, mailed to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service authorities. 935 Jamaicans killed since the start of the year. Jamaica's murder tally for 2021 has risen to 935 as at Saturday, August 28. This is 83 more homicides, or a 9.7% increase when compared with the corresponding period in 2020. Murders so far this month has outpaced all of August 2020. Between August 1 and August 28, 2021, the country recorded 103 murders. For the entire month last year, 88 homicides were recorded. The gun continues to be the weapon of choice in murders committed thus far this year, with a firearm being used to claim 796 lives. The police have seized 457 firearms and 6,366 rounds of ammunition during the period under review. 8 children are among those who have been murdered since the start of the year. Trelawney has overtaken Portland as the least murderous parish. Trelawney has recorded 9 murders so far, down from 14, whereas Portland recorded 12 homicides, up from 8. St. Andrew South continues to lead in murders with 116 cases, followed by St. James with 106 and Kingston Western with 84. Meanwhile, declines have been recorded in cases of rapes, aggravated assaults, robberies, and break-ins. Some 278 rapes have been recorded up to August 28 this year, down from 396 seen in the corresponding period last year. Aggravated assaults are down to 225 from 275. Some 512 robberies have been recorded, compared with 720, and break-ins are at 593, down from 711. Big Yard initiates community vaccine drive. The inner-city community of Big Yard on Mannings Hill Road in St. Andrew is recognized as an entertainment hub, but there is much more than what is seen on the surface. The community members are leading the charge in convincing persons who live in what is often described as lower-income areas to shed their fears and join the ranks of Jamaicans who are vaccinated against COVID-19 in an effort to help the country achieve the goal of herd immunity. On Monday, during the No Movement Day lockdown, a number of males from the community took the opportunity to visit the national arena and took the jab, thus securing themselves a better chance not to be numbered among the growing number of casualties of the dreaded respiratory illness. Don't be afraid, get vaccinated. We at Big Yard support the drive to get the majority of Jamaicans vaccinated, and it is high time we the people support what is right and to show that we care about each other. The males started on Monday, and more of us, including women, will be going each day until we know that the majority of us who live here are vaccinated, a prominent community member told the news after taking his jab on Monday. The virus has taken millions of lives around the globe, and locally, the death count and infection rate have been spiraling upwards, leaving healthcare officials in a tizzy as hospitals are cracking under the weight of a heavy influx of infected patients. Despite pleas from healthcare officials, the number of persons who decide to take the vaccine has been worryingly low, and with the deadly Delta variant of the virus on the loose, the country's health system is teetering on the brink. A lot of things have been said about the vaccines, but what is going on in Jamaica now cannot continue. It's only we can save the country that we live in. We see that most people who are filling up the hospitals are those who have not been vaccinated. We're not taking that chance, the community member said. Big Yard, which is home to hundreds of men, women, and children, have been proactive in tackling the virus since the onset of the pandemic. Last year, residents implemented a sanitization station at the entrance to the community. The community was the home of the popular Yeye Wednesdays dance, which drew large crowds before the pandemic. 729 new COVID-19 cases, 8 more fatalities. 8 more COVID-19 deaths have been recorded in Jamaica, increasing the tally to 1,518. The deceased are a 41-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 68-year-old male from St. Catherine, a 59-year-old female from Westmoreland, a 67-year-old female from Westmoreland, a 73-year-old male from Westmoreland, a 70-year-old female from Hanover, a 77-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew, and a 58-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew. The Ministry of Health says the deaths occurred between August 27 and August 29, and 5 more fatalities are under investigation, moving that figure to 160. Meanwhile, there were 729 new cases, with ages ranging from 3 days to 99 years, pushing the total to 68,131, with 17,881 being active. Of the new cases, 436 are women and 293 are men. The parish breakdown is as follows: St. James 141, Kingston and St. Andrew 116, St. Catherine 98, Westmoreland 76, Trelawney 48, Clarendon 44, Hanover 43, St. Elizabeth 43, St. Thomas 39, St. Mary 37, Manchester 22, Portland 20, and St. Anne 2. A total of 1,600 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 47.6%. In the meantime, there were 123 more recoveries, increasing the total to 48,309. Some 767 persons are in hospital, with 192 being moderately ill, 88 severely ill, and 60 critically ill. 11 persons are in government quarantine, while 49,105 are at home. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.